Emily's Tale of Honesty. Once upon a time, in a cozy village tucked away between rolling hills and babbling brooks, there lived a little girl named Emily. Emily was known throughout the village for her honesty. She had a heart as pure as the morning dew, and she always spoke the truth, no matter what. One sunny day, as Emily was skipping along the cobblestone path, she stumbled upon a glimmering object half buried in the dirt. With a gasp of surprise, she bent down and picked it up. It was a shiny golden locket, its surface reflecting the sunlight in a dazzling display. Excitement bubbled up inside Emily as she held the locket in her hand. She imagined all the wonderful things she could buy with it: candies, toys, and perhaps even a new dress. But then, a little voice in her head reminded her of the importance of honesty. Emily knew that the locket must belong to someone who had lost it. With a determined nod, she decided to find its owner. Holding the locket tightly in her hand, she set off through the village, her eyes scanning the faces of everyone she passed. After asking around, Emily learned that Mrs. Thompson, the baker, had lost a locket just like the one she found. Without wasting a moment, Emily hurried to Mrs. Thompson's bakery and knocked on the door. When Mrs. Thompson opened the door and saw Emily standing there with the locket, her eyes widened in surprise. "Oh, my dear, you found my locket," she exclaimed, tears of joy welling up in her eyes. Emily smiled brightly and handed the locket to Mrs. Thompson. "I found it on the path," she explained. "I wanted to make sure it got back to its rightful owner." Mrs. Thompson was overcome with gratitude. She hugged Emily tightly and thanked her over and over again. The whole village soon heard about Emily's act of honesty, and they praised her for her integrity and kindness. From that day on, Emily's honesty became legendary in the village. Whenever someone lost something, they knew they could count on Emily to help them find it. And Emily was always happy to lend a hand, knowing that being honest was the right thing to do. The moral of the story is that honesty is always the best policy. Like Emily, we should always tell the truth and do the right thing, even when it's hard. And by being honest, we can make the world a better place for everyone.